Right, I'm sitting here now with the Vice President of Commercial for Flysafair, Oliver Wigdal. And the reason I'm sitting here with him is because we are about to discuss. He's got two new routes. This airline, we chatted to them only a couple months ago, and they were just starting out. They've now just recently, a couple of days ago, celebrated their 150,000th passenger, which is a big deal and a big news for the low-cost airline industry. To talk to me about this, welcome to the studio, Oliver.
Thanks very much, Warren.
Good. Okay. Well, 150,000 passengers in only a couple months. You must be ecstatic.
Yes, we're really pleased with the progress. We were never really sure what to expect, but the demand from the South African travelling public has been overwhelming, particularly during this busy summer season. Our planes have been absolutely chock-a-block full, and people are screaming out for more.
Well, that's absolutely brilliant. And I mean, it's in a how would you say this, an economy where there is competition now. People are beginning to make announcements that they are starting new low-cost airlines, and you're finding now, when you probably started a year ago thinking, well, we'll be the only guys doing this. We'll be against Mango and SAA and what have you, and now suddenly there's all these announcements, and yet you've still packed in the planes.
Well, I think that just shows how much the demand in the country was for lower price flying. The prices became prohibitively expensive after a couple of the previous airlines failed in 2012. We saw a price hike over the last year or so, and it has meant that travelling has become less and less affordable to the South African travelling public, and we would like to try and reverse that. We know that if we drop the fares, on average, more people will find travel affordable. And that means a greater proportion of the population will be able to make visits to their friends and relatives and take out business meetings and go to conferences and all these things that they may not have been doing before because of the price of those fares. So if more low-cost airlines come in, what will happen is the prices will go down and more people will travel. So actually, that's a very good thing.
Right, okay. And I suppose it's in line with that you've now opened up your two new lines.
Yes, so we actually started flying in mid-October, which seems years ago now, but it's just a couple of months ago, and we hit our 100,000th passenger on the 22nd of December. We've just done our 150,000th passenger after an incredibly busy summer season, and driving that we decided to open a second base. So our first base was down in Cape Town, and we started flying from Cape Town to PE and Cape Town to George and Cape Town to Joburg. Then we decided to add our second base and add flights from Joburg to PE and Joburg to George. And that is just to help us sort of connect the dots and create more of a network now. And we intend on growing that over the coming months.
Right. What was the decision behind PE and George as opposed to, say, Durban or Nelspruit or some of the bigger cities?
Well, you have to look at every single route based on its own economics. The demand patterns for routes are different. There are different levels of leisure travel and business travel and sporting travel and various types. And we just had to find routes where we felt that the fares were very high on the competition and where by us entering the market, we would make a difference and bring the sort of differential between the current fares to where we wanted to move them to a large gap, which will stimulate the market. So we chose the markets we chose very thoughtfully, and there are great benefits from then connecting a second base back to the same destinations, because you get real productivity out of your crews and out of your aeroplanes, and that all helps to drive the cost of flying down, which means that it's sustainable to offer low fares.
Right, okay. Now, what's been the feedback? What is the thing that people seem to be liking the most about the new model? What are they going for? What's the thing that's attracting them?
Well, needless to say, the biggest driver is just the absolute cost of the fares. We decided from the outset that we would take away those things that not everyone needed in flying and just have a basic core product, which is flying from A to B on time with a reasonable degree of comfort and with quality, good old-fashioned South African customer service. And that has gone down extremely well, and people like that basic product. Then if people want to add to that and augment that and add on a selected seat, a preferred aisle row or a window seat, or maybe go for a legroom seat in the exit rows and things like that, or buy catering on board. These are the sort of things that not everyone needs. I mean, It's amazing actually that only I think at least 45% of our passengers don't hold baggage.
Okay.
So what we saw is that they were actually effectively subsidizing those people who did hold baggage.
Right.
And by taking that away, we've been able to put lower fares in the market, and then people have the option to add on these extras if and when they want to.
Yeah, 45% is a very high percentage of people who are paying for something that, I mean, that's ridiculous.
It's
is
crazy.
That business travelers, or who is that?
Yes, a lot of it is day travelers. There's a huge market between Cape Town and Joburg. A lot of people traveling both directions, and they're just there to have a meeting or go to a conference or whatever it is. And they don't need the full service. What they really want more than anything else is a reliable service.
Yeah.
And that is what we're determined to offer is an on-time service at a value fare.
Okay, so what are the next steps? Where are you going now? I mean, with these kind of numbers, you must be thinking about the future.
Oh yes, we're always looking ahead, and that we've got some very, very exciting plans. What's been most gratifying is we get fantastic feedback over social media, through emails, through our call center, and people tell us where they want to fly. They're very vocal. We get told, that people want to fly. They want us to fly to Durban. They want us to fly to East London. They want us to fly to other parts of the country. And we're listening to this, and we're doing our analysis, and we're saying, all right, where do people tell us they want to fly? Where do we think it will make economic sense to fly?
Right.
And then we intend on putting on services. We intend to grow our fleet. We intend to grow the number of destinations, and we intend to grow the number of frequencies on those destinations so that we have a really strong, credible domestic product to offer our customers.
So as you say, I mean, the people who at the moment are suffering under particularly high flight prices, they're probably the most likely to look out for a Flysafair sort of flight name.
Yes, there's no doubt about it that if you find a market that is effectively underserved and where the prices that are being charged are exorbitant, then if we can bring a low fare in, there's a sigh of relief from people who have been paying the high fares for many years, but also there's a whole bunch of people who can then afford to travel who previously couldn't afford to travel, and that's very, very important.
Right, okay, so what's the easiest way to book the tickets? Is it still the website?
Yeah, definitely. We make no secret about the fact that the cheapest way to book our flights is to go onto our website, www.flysafair.co.za. And we did that intentionally. If we can have a direct relationship with our customers and talk to them, have an interaction with them, that helps create a sort of sense of loyalty, which is very, very important for us because we want their support on an ongoing basis.
Right.
It's very easy to book a flight. It takes no longer than about sort of 2 or 3 minutes to book an entire flight, and you have various things. You can pay on credit card as well online, or by secure instant deposit. And it's an incredibly simple thing to do. People shouldn't be worried about it. Their details are secure, their card details are secure, and we encourage them to do that.
Okay, and then you said that the conversation, obviously, with the customer is very important. So social media is a big deal. You've got Twitter accounts, Facebook accounts, all these sorts of things.
Yeah, definitely. People are increasingly using these media to not only talk to each other, but to talk to the providers of services and products that are important to them in their lives. And we've seen this. We have constant dialogue going on Facebook and Twitter and other social media, and it's excellent because what it does, it allows us to keep a finger on the pulse of what is happening out there. They tell us very, very quickly when we've messed up or when we've done something wrong, but they also tell us, and everyone who's watching, they can tell us where we've done things right as well.
Right.
And the overwhelming feedback on the social media platforms has been, yes, bring it on. We want low fares and we want quality service in South Africa.
Well, obviously that's not a hollow kind of a boast because 150,000 people in a couple months, it's backed up. Thank you very much, Oliver. That's Flysafair. Book them at flysafair.co.za. Otherwise, you can chat to them on social media. As he says, they're always available.